July 20th, 1969. The world held its breath. A grainy image flickered on television screens across the globe. Neil Armstrong, an American astronaut, took a step onto the lunar surface. "That's one small step for man," he uttered. "One giant leap for mankind." This iconic moment encapsulated the spirit of an era. The 20th century was a time of unparalleled technological advancement. It was a period marked by both triumph and tragedy. But through it all, humanity dared to dream bigger. We reached for the stars and pushed the boundaries of what was possible. This journey to the moon began long before that fateful summer night. It started in the workshops and factories of the Industrial Revolution. It was fueled by the sacrifices made during 2 world wars, and it was ultimately realized through the collaborative spirit of scientific exploration. The moon landing was a testament to human ingenuity. It showed us that anything is possible if we dare to dream, but it also served as a stark reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. As we gazed back at our pale blue dot from the vast expanse of space, we were confronted with the fragility of our own planet. The seeds of our modern world were sown long before that giant leap. The rumble of the Industrial Revolution, beginning in the late 18th century, signaled a seismic shift in human history. It was a time of unprecedented innovation, particularly in Great Britain. New machines, powered by steam and coal, transformed the way we lived and worked. Factories sprang up, drawing people from rural areas to burgeoning urban centers. The mass production of goods led to increased trade and interconnectedness, but this progress came at a cost. The Industrial Revolution also brought about pollution, poverty, and social unrest. The gap between the haves and the have-nots widened. Child labor became rampant in factories seeking to maximize profits. Despite its flaws, the Industrial Revolution irrevocably altered the course of human history. It laid the groundwork for the technological advancements of the 20th century. It also gave rise to new ideologies, from capitalism to communism, which would shape the political landscape for decades to come. The 20th century dawned with a sense of both promise and unease. Technological advancements continued at a breakneck pace, yet beneath the surface, tensions simmered. Twice the world descended into the abyss of global conflict. World War I, sparked in 1914, shattered the illusion of a civilized world. It introduced new horrors, trench warfare, poison gas, and unimaginable casualties. The war's end brought little solace. The Treaty of Versailles, intended to ensure peace, instead sowed the seeds of future conflict. 2 decades later, the world watched in horror as Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, plunged Europe once more into war. World War II was a conflict on a scale never before seen. It was a fight for survival, a battle against tyranny and oppression. From the beaches of Normandy to the islands of the Pacific, ordinary men and women displayed extraordinary courage. The war's end in 1945 left a world scarred but determined to forge a new path. The formation of the United Nations offered a glimmer of hope for a more peaceful future. The aftermath of World War II brought a new global order, but it also ushered in an era of ideological struggle. The Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union, former allies, emerged as superpowers. They were locked in a nuclear standoff, each side possessing weapons capable of unimaginable destruction. The Cold War was a period of intense paranoia. Espionage, propaganda, and proxy wars defined the era. The threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large, casting a long shadow over the world. Yet amidst the fear, there were also moments of hope. The space race, a competition between the US and the USSR, showcased the heights of human ingenuity. The Berlin Wall's fall in 1989 symbolized the yearning for freedom and the ultimate failure of communism. The Cold War's end in 1991 marked the triumph of democracy over tyranny. It also heralded a new era of globalization and interconnectedness. But the legacy of this ideological struggle continues to shape the geopolitical landscape to this day. Section 5: Atoms and Apple Pies. The 20th century was not only defined by political upheaval, it was also an era of remarkable scientific and technological advancement. The discovery of nuclear fission led to the development of the atomic bomb, a weapon of unparalleled destructive power. But this same discovery also held the promise of clean energy. Nuclear power plants, while not without their risks, offered a new source of electricity for a rapidly growing world. In the realm of consumer technology, the transistor, invented in 1947, revolutionized electronics. It paved the way for the miniaturization of devices, leading to the development of radios, televisions, and eventually computers. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed the rise of the personal computer. Visionaries like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates saw the transformative potential of computing power. They brought computers into homes and businesses, ushering in the digital age. Section 6: Walls Crumble, Windows Open. The late 20th century was a time of profound political and social change. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked the end of the Cold War and the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe. It was a victory for democracy and freedom, a testament to the human spirit's enduring desire for liberty. Across the globe, people yearned for greater political and social freedoms. From the streets of Prague to the townships of South Africa, citizens rose up to demand an end to oppression. The dismantling of apartheid in South Africa, led by Nelson Mandela, was a triumph over racial segregation and discrimination. The world watched in awe as these movements for change unfolded. They served as a potent reminder that even the most entrenched systems of power can be challenged and overcome. Section 7: A World Wired. The dawn of the 21st century brought with it a technological revolution unlike any other: the rise of the Internet. What began as a tool for researchers and academics quickly evolved into a global phenomenon. The Internet connected people across continents, breaking down geographical barriers and fostering communication on an unprecedented scale. The rise of social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram further accelerated this trend. They created online communities where people could connect, share ideas, and engage in public discourse. The Internet's impact on our lives is undeniable. It has transformed the way we communicate, consume information, and interact with that world around us. But it has also brought new challenges, from concerns about privacy and misinformation to the spread of cybercrime and online hate speech. Section 8: The New Millennium Dawns. The 21st century has been a time of both progress and uncertainty. Globalization has led to increased economic interconnectedness, but it has also exacerbated existing inequalities and fueled a backlash against globalization in some quarters. Climate change has emerged as one of the most pressing challenges facing humanity. The effects of a warming planet are already being felt worldwide, from rising sea levels to more extreme weather events. The COVID-19 pandemic, which began in late 2019, has had a profound impact on our world. It has tested our resilience, exposed societal inequalities, and forced us to reevaluate our priorities. Despite these challenges, the human spirit of innovation and resilience persists. Advances in medicine, technology, and renewable energy offer hope for a brighter future. Section 9: Echoes of the Past, Whispers of the Future. As we stand at this crossroads in history, it is imperative to reflect on the lessons of the past. The events of the 20th and early 21st centuries have shown us the fragility of peace, the importance of international cooperation, and the need to address global challenges collectively. The echoes of past conflicts remind us of the human cost of division and intolerance. The triumphs of the past, from the moon landing to the fall of the Berlin Wall, inspire us to strive for a better future. The future remains unwritten, It is a canvas upon which we, the inheritors of history, have the power to paint. The choices we make today will determine the course of human history for generations to come. Let us choose wisely, guided by the lessons of the past and driven by a shared vision for a more just, equitable, and sustainable future.